Friday morning to you. It's finally Friday. Yes, it is. I'm Heather Brown. This is CBSN Minnesota's morning update. So let's get you straight up to speed on the news and the weather. Let's start with the weather there this morning because the radar is green out there. Kind of scattered showers throughout the metro area. It's going to be chillier than it was yesterday. You're not going to see all that much sun, Riley tells us. So just kind of keep that rain jacket handy there as you head out this morning. So let's get talking about this. Some really cool stuff happened if you were awake at about 4:45 this morning. SpaceX made history, launching its third crew in under a year for NASA. This time, though, they used a recycled rocket and capsule. The Falcon rocket lifted off just before 5 o'clock this morning. We carried it live right here on WCCO. So cool to see. 4 astronauts on board. 2 of them are Americans. 1 is a French astronaut, another one a Japanese astronaut. They should reach the International Space Station early tomorrow morning. Now, this is the first rocket on a return trip to space with people that are on board a recycled ship. So this is SpaceX doing this. You know, SpaceX then took over really from NASA. NASA said, we're not going to go into sort of these low orbit Earth programs anymore. SpaceX is going to take it over. Private industry will take it over. And SpaceX eventually wants to bring, you know, regular old people for a big price tag up to space. So we're asking you this morning, if you had the chance to go to the International Space Station, if you had the chance to just kind of fly around the Earth, would you do it? Would you do it right now? Would you wait for other people to do it first? Would you spend $55 million? We'd love to know what you think. If you're watching here on Facebook, leave a comment, and I'll read through a couple of those in just a moment. We are expecting to learn more about what the future holds for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine today. Scientists are advising the government on the vaccine. They'll meet in an emergency session that starts up in just a few hours. CBS News has learned that the U.S. could decide to resume the J&J shot as soon as today, but the vaccine could carry a warning. Several women who received it earlier this year came down with a rare blood clotting disorder. As many as 10 million doses have been sitting unused since last week. The health department here in Minnesota says that COVID variants are spreading fast to young Minnesotans specifically. So it wants students in sports and other activities to get tested once a week. It wants all other students to test every 2 weeks. Now, middle school, high school, and sports teams, they can all get free saliva tests. More than 60% of the infections right now here in Minnesota are the variant that was the one that was first detected back in the UK. Just this week, the number of sick students surpassed the highest level during last November's surge. Also, an update, though, when it comes to COVID and outdoor sports, children who are playing outside do not anymore need to wear masks. It's not a requirement anymore. However, kids will need to wear them when they're not actively playing or practicing or at the times that they can't maintain social distancing. Hundreds of people attended Daunte Wright's funeral in Minneapolis. Wright died last week after a former police officer shot him during a traffic stop in Brooklyn Center. And the grief was in the air as his loved ones said goodbye.
I didn't really get enough time with him. I wish I got enough. I didn't get to tell him I loved him before he left. He didn't deserve this.
He was a brother, a jokester. He was loved by so many. He's gonna be so missed. And he always said he couldn't wait to make his son proud.
Soon after Wright's funeral, a group met outside the church to help each other heal from the pain of the Chauvin trial. There was music, dancing, there were tables that were set up with household supplies. The Minneapolis NAACP organized the event as part of what they call Community Activation Week. More events focused on prayer and healing are planned for today and tomorrow. The Twin Cities is starting to look a little more familiar as some businesses now have sunshine coming through the windows, boards starting to come down. Some businesses have been boarded up since last May. Others, like Indulge and Bloom in Uptown, put them up just last week ahead of the verdict. Minnesota soccer fans have something to look forward to this weekend. The United are going to be playing in front of fans at Allianz Field. This will be for the first time in 552 days. They have a home opener against Real Salt Lake. That's tomorrow. Only 4,100 fans can be there in person. Capacity is still limited to 25%. You go into a ball game, will be a little more normal for some Dodgers fans this weekend. They are opening up a special section of their stadium for fans who have proof that it's been 2 weeks since their final vaccination dose. So that section will still require face coverings, but no social distancing will be enforced. The San Francisco Giants announced that they'll be doing the same thing. This morning, final preparations are underway for Sunday's Academy Awards. The ceremony will be held from multiple locations, but there will be few, if any, virtual appearances. The biggest stars are expected to attend the ceremony in person. And because the show will be classified as a film production, guests may not be required to wear masks. So which film will take home Oscar Gold for Best Picture? Well, our movie guy, Rusty Gatenby, gave his predictions on WCCO this morning, and his #1 pick, Nomadland. And Rusty tells us he's got a pretty good track record when he picks the Oscar winners. All right, headed back to today's Tucker. Let's see what you are talking about. We were asking about space. Would you head up to space after seeing the SpaceX rocket take off early this morning? Diana, nope, don't like heights. And that is the ultimate height. True, very true. Diana, Jenny says, I'll keep my feet on Earth, thanks. Oh, we don't have many adventurers out there this morning. Gotta say, I probably agree with you all so far. Nancy said, I'd see how it goes for others first. Then I might go with my grandsons. Wouldn't that be something, huh? Just the experience you'd have of being up there and the sights you would see. Annette, not now. Now, maybe when I was a little younger, then it would be fun to go, right? Did you all at one point when you grew up, you all just thought, oh, maybe I could be an astronaut? There's a lot of work that goes into that. Would I go to space? I don't even like flying in a plane, so I guess my answer is no. Yeah, I'd say so. It's like a super duper plane. Paul says, no doubt the experience would be cool. However, I will never be able to afford it. Yep, Paul, I think all of us are in that boat. You know, you're talking a cool 50 mil to get up there when that happens, but still, let's just sort of live through their experience. Thanks so much for joining us here. Thanks so much for joining us this week. That's your morning update from CBSN Minnesota. You get Jason back on Monday, so that's some exciting news. It was fun to be here with you all. Thanks for watching.